I'm Sonia. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao. Lord Raiden. The fate of Earth is in our hands.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground, we will not fail. Kill them.
I am Sub-Zero. Get over here! Finish them! Kinda wins.
All right, so y'all ready to talk some real shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
do
okay,
it.
ready?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. All right, so all of us have seen Mortal Kombat, the one that came out just a couple weeks ago, I believe, right? Or am I tripping?
A week
Okay.
and a half. I don't know.
Yeah,
A week ago, last
Yeah.
Friday.
yeah, like the 23rd. Even though it's supposed to be the 16th, it's the 23rd.
Get to your
So-
opinion, man. What do you think about it? Why are you delaying this? Tell us what you think about it.
Well, we're gonna talk about like our expectations. You know, where they met, did they surpass it, or are we just like this movie is bullshit altogether? So, starting with me, it met my expectations. I really enjoyed it. I was expecting to be entertained and have fun from a Mortal Kombat movie, and that's what I got. Especially, I'm a big fan of the original one, and even though the original one doesn't hold up too well, I still enjoy it. So I might be the only person that feels that way. I don't know, but let's see. What about you, Lamar? How do you feel?
I actually feel the exact same way you did. Because I told you I didn't care about the background storyline, but the way they just jumped in with action, I was like, oh, this shit is hard. So for me, it was just all the action. I didn't care about the backgrounds of the main character. Like, I didn't care about none of that shit. I thought it was just hard with the fighting and like I said, listening to other podcasts, it kind of made me wake up to other shit. Like, yeah, that didn't make sense. But overall, it's still it was still hard. Like, if they would have took the Mortal Kombat thing away from it and made it somebody else, made it other characters, it'd probably been better, I guess, for the world. But for me, because I didn't give a shit, I thought it was hard.
Okay. Show. What about you, Matthew? How did you feel?
That last little part that Lamar just said, I agree with that. If they would have taken all the names out of there, it probably would have been a decent random movie. Am I still echoing?
No, you good.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get it. Yeah.
The only I didn't like how they pretty much tarnished and just defaced a lot of the characters. I didn't meet my expectations. I'm sorry. I won't go into all that right now. It didn't meet my expectations. I was expecting a lot more. It seemed just like they didn't learn anything from any of their old movies. They made the exact same mistakes, plus more.
I agree with him there.
So you're saying you didn't like it?
No, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, I did.
I'm 100% with him on that.
You too, Danny? You didn't care for it either?
Not really, no.
So did you guys have high expectations? Danny, Matthew, did you have high expectations and it just didn't do it for you?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting an Oscar movie, which is the reaction I get from everybody when I say that I didn't like it. They're like, "Well, was it going to be an Oscar movie?" Yeah, I know that.
As far as Mortal Kombat movies go,
Right.
Yeah, well, they had blood and gore, so I mean, if that's all that we were wanting, then we got that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I didn't feel like they were gonna go that far until they went that far. I got like this.
That is true. Like
this nice Disney feel, and then it was like, oh, they're really showing blood and shit. It's like it was always unexpected. Like the feel of it was always like some Mulan type shit. I've never seen Mulan, but just the feel of it. You know what I mean? It was like some Disney shit, and then they would show like somebody get stabbed or the katana thing. I mean, the fucking the sombrero shit. Like I wasn't expecting it really.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that improved from the old one, because if I'm not mistaken, that first one didn't, if it had any blood, it didn't have much, right? I can't remember a single scene with blood. Okay, yeah.
PG-13, yeah. So
Jesus, right? I mean,
yeah, a little bit. If you include Scorpion getting his like intestines ripped out or whatever. Not intestines, but like Johnny Cage has that blade shield.
Oh yeah, there's blood. There's blood in that part.
That's gore,
Yeah.
but that's not like blood from the human.
That ketchup
Get away
looking
from
blood.
Right.
Thick ass
But they
stuff.
should have done like Kill Bill blood in a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, that'd be good fatalities. All right, so what about you, Tasha? How did you feel?
She didn't give a
I
shit.
enjoyed it because I wasn't gonna watch it.
And what made you want to watch it? You want to
Little arms back there.
Yeah, look behind Tasha. That's the reason.
The only reason why I watched it. I had no interest in watching it. And then I saw something that said he was in the movie, and I was like, okay, now I'm interested. So ended up watching it and ended up enjoying it. And like he was saying with the blood and the gore and everything, that kind of shocked me. I wasn't expecting to see that. Like, I know it's in the game, especially the newer ones, because I've seen it played. I wasn't expecting that to show up in the movie. So that was a nice little surprise. So I just enjoyed it for what it was. I had no expectations. I didn't care. So it left me entertained for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And I'll give it the same, even like I have a lot of shit to talk about the movie, but what it aimed to be, right, was a fighting movie. The main thing we really want to see, we skip all the bullshit with the plot and the stories. We don't care about that. We want to see the actual fights. And I think that last fight with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, it was good. It wasn't like fucking spectacular, but it was good, you know?
It wasn't set up right, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you, man. Do we have any favorite characters? I mean, mine is probably pretty much what everybody else is Kano.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The guy with the eye?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't know. Mine's fucking Cabal.
Oh, because I have a favorite character, but I can't talk about it. So I'll just go with Kano with you guys.
No, you can't. Let me like.
Oh.
As far as like, the movie goes, not from the games. I'm gonna say as far as the movie goes.
Yeah, from the movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Who?
Kano.
You want?
Okay.
What's up? Oh. So it's not Kano, but he says it's Kano, but I don't think it is.
No, I kept talking about cleavage from another movie we did, and then had a whole conversation about talking about cleavage. So I can't talk about my favorite character from this movie. I'm just gonna say it was Kano.
Oh yeah.
I hope we're not. You know, are you not talking about Melina? Are we? I mean, that's just.
No, we're not. Not at all.
Okay, cool.
Not at all.
What did you guys think of Cabal's like New York accent or whatever the fuck that was?
I didn't really
Cabal.
catch that.
He's the one with the mask, and he had the two red eyes fighting with the Shang Tsung and the bad guys.
He fought Kano, and then he kind of pulled Kano to their side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So right now we're not really we talked about like we're gonna leave spoilers out for now. Not
bad.
like
Okay.
in a couple minutes we'll talk about it. Then we'll get into spoiler territory.
Okay.
Because I was about to say something like Cabal's. Oh, never mind. 'Cause, yeah. But yeah, like because he moves hella fast in the games, right? Like he fights Liu Kang in the movie. So I thought that was kind of a cool effect right there. But I do agree with what you said about it's Rico, right? That's the person in the movie.
Yeah.
Didn't really.
Yeah.
All right, because I thought it was Jared. Some people were saying it was Jared, but it's Rico who's supposed to be like a
They say
soldier
Rico,
for-
right?
General
Yeah.
Rico.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
How did like this is something I was watching the game with Sam last night, and they were like, how did Jax know his name was Rico? Because they didn't say any of their names.
That's a good point. There was something else where someone said that shit too. I
Yeah.
was wondering how like they knew him already. I was like,
Yeah.
so is that okay? That's
Even
my
right,
part,
even right now, I don't know who you guys are talking about.
Yeah, it's-
He was like a big ass dude and he had a hammer, but he wasn't a large person in the games. He was like a kind of normal sized guy. He looked like Robin, you know?
he's
kind
the guy
of,
that Jax fights. At one
big
point.
bald white guy
okay,
with
okay.
a mallet.
Okay. I know you're talking about. That fight was kind of pointless. That's that.
Yes.
I hate. That's maybe the one fight I was like, I don't care about this. But everybody else is kind of like, oh, this is cool.
Do you remember the one line he says in that fight too? When they're face to face, and he's facing death in the eyes, and he decides to look at this big ass dude Rico and say, "Damn, your breath stinks."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Todd were talking about how they all like because we know it's like in the game they go to different locations to fight each other,
Yeah.
but their reactions were just like, oh, okay, let's start fighting. Because I know Raiden, he puts them into different areas, and they're just like, oh, okay, let's fight. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And-
There was like no like how did I get here type of reaction. They were just like ready to go. Like,
Well, I mean, you still got to fight. You don't want to be surprised to get your ass whooped.
But I was also saying it's like in the game. It's like in the game when you choose your character, you're put in the thing and then it's time to fight. So I kind of took it as that too. But I was just like, that's kind of weird. They're not tripping off of just being placed somewhere. They're just like, it's time to go. So
time to go. Yeah. Ain't no time to react. We got to do this, you know. I'll say this in the original one. Well, okay, I know a lot of people had a lot of complaints about this. I wasn't really complaining because they still were fighting, but in the Mortal Kombat tournament, like there's no Mortal Kombat tournament in a Mortal Kombat movie. So
right.
Yeah.
And weren't they told? Didn't Raiden say you got to save it for the tournament? And then he was just like, "Yeah, let's just fight. Fuck it." Yeah. It was like you just forgot about everything. Let's fight right here. First, it was you got to save it for the tournament.
Maybe the tournament's part 2, or
it's
4.
pretty much like a prologue or some shit. Like this one was getting ready for the next one, but I still, even though some parts were cool, I still think what I liked about the original one is it's focused on, you know, one-on-one, like, you know, Johnny Cage versus Scorpion, or out of all the fight scenes of all the Mortal Kombat movies, it's still Reptile versus Liu Kang. That's the best. Yeah.
The thing that's weird about the whole tournament structure and the fact that, you know, in the movie you see them all of a sudden just disregard it and like break the rules and everything. It took them 9 tournaments to do that. We're supposed to assume there were 9 tournaments and they played totally fucking square. And they're like, hey, we just keep winning these things. And they're like, I don't know. I don't feel good about this 10th one. Let's just start breaking the rules now.
In this one, on the second watch, because I had to rewatch it again to make sure my opinions were correct, but he does say that this is how we've won the last 10 tournaments, or, you know, we haven't been playing by the rules this whole time. Ha ha ha.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
okay, wait. So in the first Mortal Kombat, the tournaments once every generation, right?
Yeah, that's what he says on there. Yeah,
it's like every 500 years, brother, or something like that, or like.
But Liu Kang's brother was killed. How? They said he was killed in the tournament, right?
Fucked with me too. Yeah, Shang Tsung killed him. So.
Oh right, yeah.
How
and he looks younger too, right? Why did he get chosen? He was very little. I would have chosen Liu Kang and be like, "You represent the family. Your brother sucks."
Yeah, I tripped on that when he was like once every generation, but his brother just got killed. And his brother recently got killed because he showed up at the Monk Temple like, "Yeah, my brother, and you guys didn't tell me." I was like,
but it wasn't during the wait. So was it during the tournament he was fighting Shang Tsung?
Well, it must have been, because why else? I mean.
Even in the first one, right?
Yeah, like
Chan.
And apparently
it wasn't a regular street fight.
Yeah,
I mean, what reason to walk up and fight Shang Tsung?
I don't know. It's your dramatic opening. For
Liu Kang, definitely a lot of dialogue
because in the game, Liu Kang fights in the tournament because he's been preparing his whole life.
Right.
But in the movie, he does it because he wants to get revenge on the person that killed his brother.
He looks like he's been preparing for a number of years, though. I mean, look at his physique in that movie. If you look at his physique, he's definitely been preparing for some years, for sure.
Yeah.
He didn't start last week, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Tasha and Lamar that you guys have been playing like the Mortal Kombat games pretty much all your lives.
Pretty much.
And that's how I got in. Like I've watched it as a kid, like watched my brother play, but I didn't really get into it until like the 11th game. No, the 9th game.
Damn.
Because I played Deception, I played, you know, Armageddon, but I never played the storyline.
You never played? Okay, well, yeah, the storyline. I was gonna say you played like 2 and 3 with us as kids and shit, right? I mean, there's no.
Yeah, but I never knew the stories of Scorpion. Like, when the movie came out, I was like, oh, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they fight for Shang Tsung, but they
they don't.
No, I mean Scorpion doesn't, and this movie Sub-Zero does, even though he's supposed to. Yeah.
How many Mortal Kombat games are there?
30 million.
Technically, there's 11.
Yeah, 30.
Like 1, 2, 3. But then they have a bunch of like ones that are like sub-genre kind of games.
Mythology, Sub-Zero.
Yeah, so there's probably a total like 15, 16 actually.
What's the newest
like
one? Because one just came out not that long ago,
right?
Mortal Kombat 11.
11, yeah.
Okay.
So Mortal Kombat 9, they pretty much just restarted everything. And they pretty much told the stories of 1, 2, and 3 in that one game, because 1, 2, and 3 only had like text stories. Like you had to read them like when you play as a character and beat the tournament or whatever. So nobody read that shit. Nobody beat the fucking.
That's why I don't know stories, because I always just click. I don't give a fuck about none of this.
Right? Yeah.
Like, I just want to fight.
And they're badly done too. If you look back at most old games, the writing and the dialogue is terrible.
They had texting errors in their thing, like commas misplaced and just like letters that aren't there. It's like, damn, you guys really didn't give a fuck about it when you guys made it.
Look at that grammar.
Was bad.
Well, I'm not looking for it, but like we were looking at it like a couple weeks ago. I was trying to read it and like they're like missing like an S like every once in a while. It was just like weird. Like it just didn't make sense. I had to reread it twice. I was like, they really went and published this to be sold to like 30 million people?
Well, like 2 guys did, right? Or I don't know how many people in the studio,
right.
You know.
Wait, did anybody see Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge?
Never finished it.
The first half-ish. It was
Although
good. I was tired.
I will say the first thing that was
Nah. Okay, so the first scene in Scorpion's Revenge, that's an animated film that came out last year. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. And it's pretty much the beginning of what happens in the reboot of Mortal Kombat, or it's a reboot, right? Right, not a remake, but
this
a reboot.
New one, yeah, new one's
so.
like yeah.
Like,
I don't know the difference.
Yeah, because they have Scorpion, him and his son go back, and then the Lin Kuei, which is Scorpion, Sub-Zero's clan, kills his wife and his whole clan. But the beginning in that show, sorry, pardon my French, but that was brutal in the movie one.
Yeah.
Like you thought the beginning in this one was gory. That's nothing compared to that's G compared to like the gore they show.
It's a cartoon.
Right.
Yeah. And then this ain't just no cartoon, man. This is like because I remember like I go by like with DC versus Mortal Kombat, a lot of people were upset because there wasn't fatalities in there.
Yeah.
It's you were okay. So like is it Mortal Kombat all about the fatalities, or like
it's 80% about the fatalities, yeah.
Okay. And then 20% is the human characters, or
it's just doing the teleport punch with Scorpion, and then the next 80% is the fatalities.
I just remember back when it came out, the fatalities was the big thing that set it apart, because you had the Street Fighter and shit. You even had Virtual Fighter that was just fighting, but for the fact that
kill anybody,
blood in the game, you had to have a code. It's like it was a big thing that you could kill people in the game and actually see blood and shit. That kind of made it stand out.
Yeah, it's like central to most games, the killing aspect.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's great. I'm behind it.
Our friend Kevin would always do the combos on us.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, I don't want to wait. Hold on, let me practice this. And then once he got back into it, that's when he whipped our asses.
And Deception. Jade, always Jade, and Deception and Deadly Alliance, always.
Oh yeah.
Deadly Alliance too?
I think so. Wait, is Jade in that one?
I don't know.
I think it was Jade he picked in that one. He played Kai a lot, and then he named his kid Kai.
That was fun.
I know, but still, we picked a Mortal Kombat character named Kai. 10-ish years later, he has a kid named him Kai, and I told him you named him after the video game, right? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, it was on your mind, right? It couldn't have not been. You picked him all the time.
All right, so we pretty much just tell how we felt about the movie overall. So I'm gonna go into spoiler territory right now.
All right.
So
I have a question.
Anybody out there that want to watch it, turn it off and go see the movie. But if not, keep on continue to watch. So
what was up? Wait, Matthew was saying something.
Oh, go ahead.
About the spoiler thing, I didn't want to say it earlier because I didn't know if we were past the spoiler part yet. But my bad, I didn't cut you. Go ahead and finish.
I'm just saying, like, is there like a certain sequence anybody liked, like something that stood out, or something that you were like, man, that scene was total bullshit?
When he was punching the punching bag with them little bitty arms.
The little bitty arms, it was ridiculous from beginning. Like it was like, what is the point in this? And then and then everybody gets superpowers. His superpowers is growing more metal. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They could have just given him that. They didn't have to.
You could have just built that on. That didn't make any sense.
Lazy ass fucking. They're like, that's enough. They were tired after a few hours of surgery.
Yeah.
Like,
and then when they built it on, they still looked terrible. When they stopped, I was like, that's it? Like that. They gave him like 6 more bolts, and he was like, yeah, no, you're not done.
All right, this one's from a big spoiler because it's toward the end, but when I'm just gonna call him Keanu Reeves because I don't remember his name. Okay, when
Cole Young.
Thank you.
Cole Young.
Cole Young gets
Reeves.
his power. Sorry if that's bad
No,
timing. His thing, isn't it like the same thing as Black Panther, where if you hit him, it like shoots back?
He
I
absorbs.
wanted to
He
know
absorbs
that.
it. Yeah.
Wait,
I wanted to know. I wanted
Yeah.
to know. Is he a real character?
No, he's not from any of the games.
Yeah, he's
100
just for the
plus
movie.
characters to choose from. They decided to make one up.
What was the point of his? What was the point?
I have no idea. And the same with what was the point of giving 15 minutes of fame? You could choose all the different Mortal Kombat characters, give like one scene to, and they give it to, I forgot, Natara.
She was like in one game.
She was in one game. She's
No one gave a fuck about
like
it.
a Dracula lady. Nobody was into it, and then she didn't survive on to the next games. But she made it to the fucking movie.
She's a flying
get killed
character.
off. She was only there just to get killed off.
Yeah.
Like, there's like characters they just wasted. Like to me, and what's it called, Annihilation, they wasted off a lot of characters, but they're characters that I kind of like. Was that again?
Like Rain.
Yeah, they knocked him into like a pit of fire. That's Shiva. They just slice something down and it smashes her. So those are characters I know, but Natara, I never knew about her until her, or what's it called, Rico. I never knew about it until the movie came out.
Oh, okay.
I never played Mortal Kombat 4. And what was Natara? What was she from? What game?
Yeah, the Alliance, I think.
That's the thing. Is if you look Rico up, he looks nothing like he does in the movie. Like there is no resemblance. Like he looks like Robin.
Yeah, I remember.
He's like Robin from Batman and Robin. He has
with
a little
the face
mask
paint and
on.
everything. Yeah,
He has a little
one
like
with the fucking like the
beige like shirt,
or like the
He doesn't
wrestler
look, he doesn't look
Hawk.
threatening like the guy in the movie does. You know, his bad breath and his contact.
Yeah,
lenses.
Maybe he had the bad breath. I don't know.
Maybe they went that direction because he's a general, so they thought it actually makes more sense for him to be a big ass dude. But they made him. Okay, do I remember? Was he cockeyed, or does he have one of his eyes was pointing the wrong way, or am I remembering that
There's
wrong?
something like that going on.
I got that vibe, so to speak, from him when he was coming at Jackson. I was like, "There's something wrong with this man."
One character they disrespected to me, because I've only known him from the original Mortal Kombat, from back then, the black cartridge. That's when I was in love with Mortal Kombat. After that, it's kind of like whatever.
Who's black?
Sega.
The first one?
They had the black cartridge on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 2.
I didn't
No,
know
the
they
first
did
one.
it on that one either.
Oh, the first one. Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind
I
of
think
old.
you're right. My bad.
Kind of old. But no, so I feel like they wasted Goro. I feel like they killed him off too soon. Because in that first one, Goro was not to be fucked with. Like he was Sai Shang Tsung, you couldn't fuck with Goro. And this round dude with fucking mummy rap, it made no fucking sense.
His wife comes up and hits him with a hatchet.
Yeah, it's like what the. No, he was supposed to be like a big deal. Didn't they have statues of him, right?
Yeah.
And he got killed off that fast
too.
Yeah. Well, so you're talking about this guy who sucks at UFC fighting because he taps out in the beginning of the movie. He gets his ass whipped by Kung Lao, or he doesn't win and he fights Goro, who's supposed to be the ultimate champion of Outworld.
He earned his Hakuna Matata though when he did it, so that's why he was able to fucking win.
And he did the guy that's the finishing move. All right.
The guy that beat him in the beginning, he should have been.
What's up, Matthew?
No, my bad. Nothing.
Oh, it was that you didn't. I was gonna say, do you guys think he looked better in Goro? Did you think he looked better in the 95 film or the film we're talking about right now?
He looked good in the 95 film. They did that pretty well.
I mean,
it was nowhere near as bad as Annihilation.
Ugly. He's always ugly, but I'm just saying, as him being like a top fighter, like he should have been saved. It should have been a big deal. Like they should have had soft ass Michael Jackson, Liu Kang fight him or somebody. Why did they have the non-existent character fight him and him?
Right.
And I was yelling at his wife and his daughter, like, go in the house. What the fuck? You go in the house. What are you sitting on the porch for? You look stupid. That shit was pissing me off. Go in the fucking house. I don't. We so stupid. But like I said, at the time, it was like, for the action, I was like, oh, this is hard. But then when you actually think about it, no, this is fucking stupid.
Another thing I didn't like in that scene was the professional fighter who's won the title's daughter, who's how old, like 13, telling him when to throw a punch. Like she knows, she can tell. Dad, use uppercut. Oh, I'm sorry, my fucking 13 years of experience didn't make me think that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Okay. The story was stupid. Because it shook the guy's hand like, yeah, man, good job out there. He just whooped your ass. Like, you changing in the same locker room and your daughter's in there?
I like the fucking trainer guy. He's great at the end when he's like, what the hell's in Hollywood?
And then Cole responds with this hella cool line. Not what? Who?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, that line was
it's coming there.
That line was in Threat Level Midnight, which is a movie from The Office,
Oh, The Office.
where they were making fun of corny action movies. That exact same line.
Yeah, it was overall really corny movie.
The acting was pretty bad in this movie, but like I said, I didn't watch it for the acting and the story. I watched it for the fighting.
True.
Mortal Kombat is
Yeah, it was pretty bad though.
The video
was
was shitty.
knowing that they would call it their own, like, finish them flawless victory. It was annoying that they were calling out their own shit. You can't call that out.
Right.
I'll say this, at least it made sense because in the original one he said flawless victory.
Flawless victory, yeah.
And it was like, he landed a couple of punch on
I
Goro.
was like, he fucking hit him, yeah. Even if you take a hit and you're blocking, that is already not a flawless victory. Yeah, you did
You
not.
lose a little bit of power.
Flawless.
Yeah, you lose a little bit of power.
Yeah.
And speaking of the fatalities, I mean, that's what I was going to say about Goro just now, about the 1995 Goro looking better. He looked better because he looked like he was actually made of something real. Goro and Nitara in the new one were like, you could tell they were CGI. It was almost as bad as the Annihilation CGI, which wasn't as bad as that. If you go back and watch Annihilation, like it's pretty awful. Like it looked like you're watching like an 80s movie. And they tried to do something on the computer. Like when Liu Kang turns into a dragon and Shao Kahn turns into a dragon.
Owe it to modern
It's pretty
CGI
bad.
to look at Annihilation and see how much things have improved.
Yeah.
As I said, you gotta give it. Even I was watching the first one, saw the thing come out of Scorpio's hand. It's like they didn't have a center, so you see it kind of moving a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it had a mouth. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? You gotta forgive it for the times, man.
Also with Reptile, he looked bad. Like not in a good way. The CGI.
Okay, that pissed me off. I was like, I thought Reptile was a person.
Yeah, well, he I don't know what the story actually is in the game. He's like
in the later games, he's actually become like a reptile, like reptilian.
So they say that, but when you actually look at the story, like all the text, the stupid shit from the first two, it actually does say that he's supposed to be a reptile,
but
reptilian person in like a person's body, even though they made him look just like all the other ninjas. So I used to think the same thing. Yeah. Which is why I liked in the original movie, they kind of try to make an excuse when he fell into that little statue and then he came up as a regular person. It was a way to give us that.
I forgave it because it gave us a good fight scene, but I'm like, how the fuck? He just goes into a statue and he like he just turns into a ninja. Like,
why didn't you go into a Goro statue? There's so many of those. We've seen them in the game. We know they're everywhere.
For real, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
and then he's like whooping ass as a lizard. I was like, he's standing up doing hand-to-hand combat as a lizard.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
So was that was supposed to be reptile, or like I wonder if they're gonna be like, oh, it's just because he has like a species of his own kind. I forgot what they were called. So I wonder if they're just like, hey, that's his cousin or something. But this is the real reptile with ninja stuff.
Because they never said his name, huh? They never said his name. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't really say too many people's names. Like if you're familiar with Mortal Kombat, you'll know most of their names.
What are you talking about in the new movie?
Yeah.
No, they mention the names in very corny ass ways. Like they force them in there.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero, both of them. Yeah, they announced the changes in their names.
They both announced.
Oh, by the way,
changes.
it's Sub-Zero now. You know.
Yeah.
No, it's not as bad as announcing names in the first one. When Kano was looking out, like, isn't that right, Mr. Shang Tsung? I was like, oh my God.
I forgot about that. I love that scene.
And then at the Buddhist temple, he's like, Lord Raiden. I was like, why is he saying it like that? Like, I told Katrina, I was like, that's what's annoying me, the way they're saying the names. Don't do that.
Okay.
You know, I didn't realize that was Scorpion until he came back later to fight Sub-Zero. And then I think he
Oh.
did the thing through his hand. I was like,
Get
oh
over
shit,
it.
that's Scorpion. I didn't know that was him in the beginning. I didn't.
In the beginning, they
Didn't dawn on me.
show it's his wife, right? And she's like gardening with his, and that's the thing of his spear. If you look back at that scene in the beginning,
Mhm.
but that, you know, that was weird too. It's like, why the fuck are you using it for that? That's probably like a sacred weapon for him. It's probably a big deal. Why the fuck are you planting with that shit, man? He sees you.
Hey, so why is it that he speaks Japanese? They have the subtitles there, but the only thing he says in English is "get over here." You recognize?
It probably doesn't sound cool in Japanese, so he's like, I gotta say it in another language.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool if they did it, but yeah, that's like you don't speak English until that one scene.
They probably added that. They probably added that because everybody was expecting it, so they probably weren't going to do that. They're like, the fans are going to be mad. Forget everything else. We got to put this there. The fans will be
right.
Fuck everything else though. Yeah. Also, at least he pulls somebody over. Like in the original movie '95, he doesn't do shit with it.
Yeah, he
Like,
never
Johnny Cage
connects
died.
with it.
Was it?
You're right. He never connects with it in the first one.
Nah.
He never makes it.
Nah, it breaks. Johnny Cage moves his head a bit, and it goes into a tree, and that's it. They ain't no getting over here.
That move was repeated in the new movie again with Shang Tsung and Kung Lao. Kung Lao throws his head at Shang Tsung, and it goes like right to his face, and then Shang Tsung just like hella cool. It goes like, it just looks like he's like the coolest motherfucker on the planet. Like,
and then it looks like it was gonna miss him
that
anyway.
Yeah, it's like it was barely gonna like.
It's like a mile wide.
Yeah, I
could have
didn't
leaned
care
into
for,
the motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't care for Shang Tsung and Raiden in this film. I think the original one. I like the original Shang Tsung, and everybody's like got upset because Raiden was played by a white character in the original one when he is, you know, supposed to be Asian. But
well, I got a question about that.
What's that?
Why is he supposed to be Asian? No one ever said.
Wait, why is he supposed to be white? He's not supposed to be.
He's not supposed to be white either. He's the protector of Earthrealm.
What's that?
I mean, he's not the protector of fucking Asia. He's not the protector of America. He's not the protector of anything. He's just the protector of Earthrealm. So he could be whatever. So I'm wondering, why is he Asian in this, speaking English with a weird accent, which means that it's not his first language. So only like what, 2 people here speak English, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I'm sure that's not their first language in the movie. Can he just get a translator and tell them like, you guys can pick up later? You know, we got other shit.
Or if he's a god, you'd think he'd just be like, I'm just gonna do a white body just for now while I talk to you guys.
Yeah, right.
This isn't my final form.
He's been around for how long? You think he would have learned all the dialects and shit?
Oh my god.
Well, I would definitely say generally it's a good thing in a martial arts movie to start putting some more Asians in there. The funny, like, complicated thing about it is this is a game that was, you know, made by white guys, and it does have a lot of white characters, right?
Yeah,
So
the two main people are white, Johnny Cage and Sonya. And then, yeah.
And why was Sonya allowed to go? She didn't have a tattoo.
Yeah, right. Why?
It was her
I just
turn
watched
now,
it too.
guess.
I don't know why she ended up going. They bring it up a few times, but they never really say like why she was able to actually transport with them and shit.
I don't. Yeah,
oh, because Kano takes him there, and then Liu Kang finds them, and then like he can't just like leave her there, I guess.
Yeah, and then they have those Easter eggs. The amulet that's supposed to be for Shinnok, right?
Yeah,
Shinnok or Quan Chi.
Quan Chi takes it, so he's known for having it. But it is, I think it's
so. That's another thing I wanted to say. That's another thing that they fucked up with the lore or whatever in the game, because Sub-Zero doesn't kill Scorpion's clan. Quan Chi kills Scorpion's clan dressed as Sub-Zero to trick Scorpion and his clan into thinking the Lin Kuei did it to start a war between the two.
No, I think
Quan Chi can only do because he's got the amulet.
Did it. They were under his orders to attack the Shirai Rai, or what's it called?
Shirai.
Yeah, because they've had what's it called? Obviously they have beef or rivalry, whatever. But I think it was Quan Chi that disguised himself as Sub-Zero and then led the Lin Kuei to go kill his whole family.
Okay.
But yeah, I was kind of like, wait, so they're not going to do that? Because I think that's an interesting thing in the games.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing between the two of them is like that motherfucker's coming.
You guys speaking English. I have no idea what a Quan Chi and under this is.
What the fuck is a
Quan Chi?
It's not speaking English.
I know Taekwondo, but
Quan Chi. He's the Mortal Kombat version of Darth Maul, but with white.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, what he looks like. Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about as far as wasting the character? The character looks badass.
I'm talking about the way he looks.
Okay. He's the one that brings Scorpion back to life, right? Or he gives him.
He's basically the devil, I guess. He's like a sorcerer in hell.
Yeah, because NetherRealm, that's the
Supposed to be
studio's
hell.
name, right? But it's part of like one of the other realms. So it's like
It's its own realm, I think.
Yeah, there's like 6 other rounds, I think, or
so much. Probably depends on which game you're playing, but in Deception they kind of established that there's like 7 realms and
the
Order realm, the Chaos realm, Nether realm, Adenia, Earth realm.
Yeah,
half of them never come back in other games.
Yeah,
exactly. Just for that one game.
I just played that game a lot. I just remember having to jump back and forth between those. I don't even know which one does which, really.
It was a good game.
Seeing all those names. It was a fun game.
Are you look confused?
I'm hella lost. I'm just I'm in another realm. Like, what in the fuck? It bothered me. It bothered me that Cole wasn't Scorpion's son.
I thought he was the first time I watched it. The second time I watched it, I was like, oh wait, hold on, that was 500 years ago. My bad.
Yeah, right. I thought it was, and then
and it was a girl, right?
Yeah,
it was a girl. Yeah,
it was a daughter.
He doesn't have a daughter. He just has a son and a wife. And the as far as like the role.
Oh, so the daughter was made up.
Yeah, just so they can have Cole Young be the.
So they literally did no reason.
Especially because Scorpion comes back anyway to kill him. So who the fuck cares about Cole Young? He did nothing.
Yeah, that was like because Quan Chi helps him get back to fight in the tournament, and all Scorpion wants to do is just fight Sub-Zero. That's the only person he has beef with.
He just wants to kill him. That's it.
Yeah, until he finds out Quan Chi was the reason why. That it's
okay. So out of the important characters, who do we have left for the next movie?
Everybody. Nobody died except
you
got Sonya. I think all the good guys, right? Kung Lao died, which is good because Kung Lao tries to kill Cole Young early in the movie. Do you remember that when they're training? And he hits him with the hat. He's hitting him in the fucking face with it. He's really trying to kill him. It's supposed to be training, and he's actually.
Now, isn't like, don't they have like a great grandfather like Kung Lao, like the great Kung Lao?
Yeah, the descendant of Kung Lao. I was
confused because it's the great Kung Lao, and then you have Kung Lao, who's like his cousin or something. He's part of the Shaolin monks.
Did you just say the same name twice?
Yeah, they fucked up in the story. Like, I want to say Liu Kang in the first one, the text story said that he's the descendant of Kung Lao, which is just a name they made up at the time. And then in the second one, this is what I think happened. And in the second one, they said, we should make that Kung Lao guy a character. And then they're like, oh, wait, it doesn't make sense in the story if this guy that's like 500 years ago is still alive. So we'll just say it's someone in the same lineage who has the same name. So the Kung Lao we see isn't the great. Yeah, it's fucking it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to back Ed Boon's original story.
Yeah.
I'm just mad that the movie didn't abide by them.
Yeah. Well, it's Sub-Zero. Like before the movie come out, the actor that played Sub-Zero was like, "Yeah, man, if this works, I want to sign myself for like 4 more films." So I was like, "All right, he's coming back." But he dies. Scorpion kills him as Sub-Zero, and then I guess he's gonna come back as Noob Saibot.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's what's supposed to happen. But I mean,
so that means we'll see his brother as the other Sub-Zero also then, right? So we will see more Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Unmasked Sub-Zero, Bohan or whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, that one was Bihan. Remember?
No,
he
Bohan.
was like, "Oh,
no, not Bohan.
You're not kidding. That's their name."
I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure that's his brother's name.
Do you think they were like the 8th and 9th child? Or do you think they actually started with B and Bo? Like, I hope we have a third one because I want to name one of them Bob, but it's not gonna.
But when does Ryu show up? When does Ryu show up?
He showed up.
He showed up. Luke
he called himself Luke Kang.
Yeah. Sasha.
Where's Ken and Chun-Li?
Talk about your knowledge with Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
If you guys do want to watch a quality cartoon series about one of these video games, not this particular series, you should really watch Street Fighter 2, the animated version or whatever.
It's a great show. In the mid-90s.
That shit is hilarious.
Oh, man.
Worse than the first Street Fighter, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're both like comedy. They're both in the comedy genre. Like whoever made the first Street Fighter was like
comedy genre.
It is because they're like whoever made this. What's up?
Do you think this opens the door for a new Street Fighter movie?
Possibly.
Yeah.
If it's popular enough, and then that's just the new market. You know, I just hope it replaces the superhero movies. Sorry, but I've had fucking enough of that, man. It's been like a decade. It's over.
Well, that's what Mortal Kombat's trying to do. Is trying to set up their like universe, their Mortal Kombat universe or whatever.
Right.
But what is the story in Street Fighter? Like, that's the thing. Like Mortal Kombat is like they have to fight in the tournament to defend Earthrealm from being overtaken by Outworld. But what is Street Fighter about besides street fighting? Like, what's the whole thing? Like,
it's something about M. Bison, and I don't know when they established it, but in 2, there's a little bit of story. And it's like, I know I'm trying to not take too much from the cartoon because they probably made some random bullshit for that.
Don't take too much. This is like a Mortal Kombat movie review, and now we're about to start reviewing Street Fighter shows.
Well, comparisons.
The bonus scene, right? The bonus
I just want to know because it so that there might be a they've never done a movie, right?
A what movie?
Second?
I don't think so.
They might have. I think they did actually. It was just it's like that Dragon Ball. I didn't watch Dragon Ball like any of the shows.
Oh no,
that
fucking Dragon Ball movie, boy.
I don't know what you're saying.
We don't have to talk about that.
Bad. Okay.
Oh my god.
But nah, yeah.
But exactly. I think they did make a Tekken movie, and it's along those lines. But I'm not sure. You know,
has there ever been any video game movie that people thought, or that you guys thought was good? I can't think of one that I ever actually liked.
Besides Kombat?
Sonic.
Sonic was cool.
You liked Sonic? I never watched it.
Oh shit.
It was all right.
It was cool.
I thought I heard a lot of bad things. I never even saw it. We never played it much.
You know what? Back when it came out, this is when it came out. I haven't seen it recently, so don't judge me on this. Back when it came out, I liked the Double Dragon movie.
I didn't see it, but I can just imagine. It's like early 90s, right? I mean,
yeah.
I thought he was gonna say Super Mario Brothers. I was waiting.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I was about to say
that's Josh's movie.
No.
Yeah. Only because I like Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo, yeah, you got it.
He's Puerto Rican.
Not Italian.
He's
Bob
Puerto
Hoskins
Rican.
is English, British or whatever. Like, yeah. There's no Italians in that movie. They're just plumbers.
Right. What's Bob Hoskins? He just a regular white guy, or
English.
He's English. Yeah. He's not
a regular white guy.
Just give him a mustache.
A
He
regular
looked good as Mario, like a live action one, but he wasn't. That's the only.
yeah,
thing
he looked like one for sure, but yeah, it was not Italian.
Yeah,
They couldn't find a fat enough Italian. That's what happened. They're like, oh, all these thin Italians walking around.
But like John Leguizamo, he had no mustache. He wasn't taller than Mario. He was skinny, but he wasn't taller.
He was Puerto Rican.
He was obviously Puerto Rican. It wasn't
Obviously
like he was hiding it. Yeah.
It wasn't even him. It was like, hey, I'm Puerto Rican, but my name is Luigi Mario.
There's no casting for anything
Mario,
else. He's Puerto Rican.
It's ridiculous. Back to Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Right.
So, all right, we talking this. Was there any like anything you liked about it? Any positives anybody liked about it?
The part where Shang Tsung takes Kung Lao's soul, I was upset of all the characters for Kung Lao to be the one that got killed, but that was kind of dope.
Yeah.
I feel proud for killing off a character that they like, because he does die in the video games, just not by Shang Tsung, by Shao Kahn. Like,
yeah, his death in the game was hilarious.
Was that?
His death in the game is hilarious.
Oh, you mean
which
like,
one?
Rated? We can't.
Kung Lao's in Mortal Kombat 9. He's like happy. He thinks he just won the tournament. And
yeah.
He looks at everyone else. He has his head, and there's like, "I did it, Luke! I won the tournament." And then all of a sudden, just right behind him, Shao Kahn just grabs his head and just twists it.
Yeah,
Like, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
You have to fight Kintaro. That's like another Goro.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then he gets killed by Shao Kahn. You're like, the fuck? Like,
when you're playing the game, like it's a hard ass battle. Like, you think that's the last battle, so you think you just beat the game, and also that happens. So you're just kind of like, "What the fuck?"
yeah.
That made me hella laugh. That's like my favorite part in that game.
Yeah.
I want to see that part. I don't think I've actually played that part through.
Yeah,
I really like this character. I was kind of upset they killed him off though. It was like they could have saved him. They could have killed Jax.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking from the actual movie standpoint, while he's getting his soul sucked out of him, Liu Kang runs up and he's like, instead of helping him, he stopped and he stands there and was like, "No,
yeah, you know, like,
don't chase him, fucking kick him, man. Why just stand there?
Like,
where's your flying kick?
Yeah,
Your fireball.
Fireballs, no.
Yeah, what do I
Your
do?
bicycle
That
kick.
thing?
Anything.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, Cole,
I
acts
thought
like,
it would have been cool if they had a fight scene and then all of a sudden he wins or whatever, but he just
Yeah.
straight up takes his soul. So, yeah, I was kind of disappointed in that, but I did think the fight at the beginning was dope between him and Scorpion, Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
that was pretty cool.
The one at the end, I thought I did kind of like how he took it over here. I thought that was a cool build up. But yeah, if I had to say what had like the fight scenes I kind of enjoyed a little bit more was from '95. with Reptile
Yeah.
versus Liu Kang,
Reptile
Scorpion
Liu Kang,
versus
sure.
Johnny Cage, and the fight scene between Johnny Cage and Goro. I understood why they couldn't do it as much as they did in this one because he was there was a guy in a practical suit, right, in the original one.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
guessing,
so.
yeah.
Like, I don't think he had much
so they couldn't
movement.
couldn't really do too much. That's why they just said, "Fuck it, let's do Johnny Cage's move where he punches him in the nuts." That's the only thing.
Okay,
That's
so
a pretty underwhelming scene too, isn't it? You expect a real ass whooping to occur, and then it doesn't happen at all. Just a corny line. This is where you fall down.
I hate that. I hate that. Do you think? Okay, so was this film during COVID? Because that's the feel I got from it.
Oh, maybe. Well,
That would
unless
make
it
a
was
lot
filmed
of
how
sense.
long ago, right? That's
It's
over
been
a year
in
now.
development for a while though, so I don't know when did they start finish filming.
Only-
When did they start filming?
Only said that because there's like nobody else in the scenes. If you notice, there's only like 2 people in every scene. There's really nobody in the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Except for when they're
That's a good
eating
point.
dinner together. That's the only thing. But I get what you're saying.
Right, they all got
But then right
tested though.
there, maximum of 6 people, I think, is like
Yeah,
the most
and
you
then
see in one scene.
yeah,
They were at capacity, you know.
Yeah, so they could have
You're
filmed in
right.
California with those.
And those 6 people, the director, and that was it. The director had the clapboard and everything in his lap.
So I wonder if because maybe if they waited to do it, maybe it would have been better.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Positive way
I
to
think
look
there
at
was some inherent things in the strip that kind of ruined it. Like the Arcana thing, I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. It felt a little forced. The tattoos of Mortal Kombat on them felt
That
like
was
the Street Fighter
ridiculous.
thing when SF was always branded on something. Remember that?
That was a little weird. Like you kill him, you take the tattoo.
it. Yeah, you can earn it by killing them. You know,
That's
you
how
could
they got
be
their powers.
chosen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
You're
find
not
a different
chosen
name?
anymore.
Yeah, you're not exactly a chosen one. You kind of made your own choice on that. Like,
Can't anyone just burn a bullshit dragon into their arm? And be like, look, I'm fucking in that thing too.
it's speaking of
But
that,
then the fairy godmother won't grant you your powers.
Exactly.
right? Yeah. But
Fuck,
Melina-
that was stupid.
I think
Sonya's
Conor
was
McGregor
quick.
could take some of them on.
Melina
Sonya
looks
got
like a
hers
stone,
quick. I was saying Sonya got hers quick.
Yeah.
like right after she killed Kano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like her
Stamping.
power or whatever, like she figured it out like really quick.
That's right. She got them both. Like as soon as she got the tattoo,
Does
she
she?
had
I
the
thought,
power
I thought
with
she
her,
gets
huh?
it when she.
Yeah.
Oh,
she kills
right after
Kano,
yeah.
gets it,
Yeah.
and then the next
Use it
scene,
against-
she's blowing a hole through Melina.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the way you word shit. Man.
So can she teleport in the game? Like I got confused. I was like, what the hell? Because when she teleported the first time, I thought Kano might have killed her or something. Like
Ooh,
you remember that? Melina.
Oh, yeah, she could teleport. Or she always does a thing where she'll be standing there and she'll just drop down to the ground and then she'll come up from above you.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'll give you visuals, you know, so you can tell.
Real
them.
cheating move. I mean,
It actually is one of the cheapest moves in the game, though. It's
That's the one where you just rain down the drop kicks, right? You just keep
Yeah.
raining.
yeah,
yeah.
just keep doing that over and over again.
Like
The
Shiva had the
worst-
one where you stomp on him.
Yeah.
Oh no,
The
wait,
worst
Josh.
is,
Before
do
you
Cyber-
say that, I do like the foot sweep scene. Were you about to say that's the worst?
No, we just keep sweeping them.
Wait, which part is that?
Like what? Liu Kang was it Kano?
Yeah, you
he
can't get
keeps on-
foot
keeps
sweeping
on
them.
sweeping Kano.
Okay, yeah, with the training.
That's not smart.
Because that's real. If you time it right, that foot sweep, that's real.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
what
can just do that the whole
that's what
fucking
Dad
match.
used to do to me and Anthony all the time. Every time we play a game, he'd be Sonya and then foot sweep us and we die.
Foot sweep all the
We get
time.
hella mad and we all laugh. And that's why when Kano was like, "Oh, cheap move," and keep on doing that. So that was another one. That was the one along with the lines of like him saying Kano wins after he rips out the heart, which was the
Oh
original.
yeah.
Yeah,
So out of all the callbacks, I like the sweep the best.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get that. And all the characters, yeah, Kano. Yeah, to me, like in the original one, he was Australian, right? Like he had some
Yeah.
type of accent.
Well,
And
in the
after
game,
that,
the movie,
that's where they based Kano off was the actor in the '95 film.
I guess
Yeah.
because they never establish him being Australian in the games, do they?
I don't know.
think
It
so.
might.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always heard that he's the reason why in future games where they started actually talking that he's Australian.
Yeah, right.
Because,
Yeah,
yeah.
thinking like Deception, you talk to him a little bit,
Mhm.
and then he's
And-
got the accent.
Yeah, and I did like his laser eyes in this one, but I was like, is he gonna get his metal He doesn't get his medal.
Right.
Yeah. I was like,
it was based on the Terminator, I think. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Each character, I'm saying in the games, they were all based on something.
The first
like
game,
movie.
they were all based off. Liu Kang was Bruce Lee. Johnny Cage was Jean-Claude Van Damme. Raiden was the dude from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes. No, Shang Tsung was the guy
hilarious.
from Big Trouble in Little China.
That together.
So was Raiden.
Oh shit!
There was some guy in there that had like the exact same hat. And had,
rice
like,
Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a white game
first
about
one.
martial arts made from a white movie about Chinese or about China, right? I'm just establishing the context because we talk about whether or not it's okay to be true to the original. That's a very complex question, right? Especially racially speaking.
Well, I know when Raiden showed up on this one, I was like, I thought he was white. So I was thinking about the original.
Well, like
you were expecting Highlander to show up.
Like mythologies in real life, he's supposed to be based off of like the god.
You said you were expecting Highlander. That's Highlander.
And then it was
I hated his
Ajax
voice too.
in Annihilation. Oh, sorry, you said we're not talking about Annihilation. So never mind.
I mean, you can mention it. We're just not going to talk a whole lot about Annihilation.
But for those of you who didn't know, Raiden in the second one, Annihilation, was Ajax in The Warriors.
James Remar.
Oh, that's what you were talking about earlier.
That didn't make the movie any better, but
No, it did not.
Oh, wait, so Annihilation they changed the Raiden?
Yeah.
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 And there's a quick scene. They ask him, "Hey, how come you cut your hair?" They could have just fucking wear a wig, but instead he goes, "It's a new look," and that's it. And that's the whole fucking scene.
Hey, Tasha, do you have any input on this conversation?
I've been saying stuff.
You know, her face is like,
yeah. But yeah, Tasha, do you have
I
any
don't know stuff.
things? What's that?
I said, I don't know stuff. I saw the movie, but I can't say anything about other stuff because I don't know.
Did Jax meet your expectations in the movie? Did he have his shirt on too much in the beginning?
So I don't know the character, so I can't speak to that, but he's not a great actor. I will admit that.
damn.
Not in this movie.
No, at all.
This movie,
He's
yeah.
not a great
okay.
actor. No, he's not.
What do you guys think
He's
was
just-
the best actor in it?
He's just eye candy. That's all.
Except for that mustache. The mustache it was just too distracting. No matter how many
Mustache was
times-
too.
You don't like the Eddie Murphy mustache? Yeah.
No, not at all. That was a bad choice, but apparently that's the character. So he had no
The
choice.
other in the game, he's rocking a real like '80s little like pencil, almost like
Oh, in the game, yeah, and he's got like the
picture you see of him, like it don't look
flat
like a
top.
full ass mustache. Yeah,
Yeah, he did have a flat top.
yeah,
This is like 80s porn stash. Like it's
yeah.
yeah,
Like,
it's like
it is the ass.
that Ron Jeremy.
Yes, the Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy stash. Jeremy stash.
Okay, so but to get back to one of the things I don't like from my characters is Melina not killing Sonya because her death would have no purpose. Like you're a fucking stumble kill. You have blood all over your teeth. That's gonna stop you from killing somebody.
Yeah.
You got
You
a
have moral
conscience that
values
you
now. Like,
eat
oh, I
people.
don't need to kill you. I'm gonna, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
And because she's a clone of Katana, right? So it seems like they didn't really mention that. So are they gonna bring her back the same season with the clone?
Yeah, there's
That's
Oh,
what
they're gonna
like-
bring her back?
for sequels.
They might, I don't know. But she's not supposed to be in this one. She was like, looks like she was like black
Calm
or
down.
light skin. Was that?
calm down, Lamar.
Huh?
Calm
What?
down.
Oh, no. I was like, they're gonna bring her back? Oh, that's cool.
Was the, Matthew, was the whole purpose line, was that before she got the tattoo or after?
It was before she had the tattoo.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what she
it
meant.
was. Like she's like, you're not chosen one. So that was what she meant.
Yeah.
I mean, like you have it right there. Like,
Just
what's your
finish
moral
her.
purpose? Like you're
Right.
from Outworld.
Yeah,
you're
yeah. Doesn't matter. Like just
saying
kill her
fuck the
and you have one
tournament.
less
You
one.
know,
Yeah.
fuck the tournament. No, but you're killing everybody.
It wasn't gonna take any time away. It was gonna be like 3 more seconds. In fact, she could have killed her faster than she told her that she wasn't worth killing.
Yeah, and it would have helped him kill everyone else. Like, you guys don't have any moral high ground. So why are you stopping? Like,
Right.
you're gonna go to.
It would have
you
been
go to
different if Sonya said like with some kind of hey, I care about people. But they came in like fuck your training, fuck everything. We're killing everybody here.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Not you, because you don't have a tattoo, but everybody else. I'll fight you, but I won't kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember people kept on complaining because she didn't have the teeth. Like she's supposed to have what's her name, Baraka's teeth, because she's part whatever reparation.
She didn't.
But she has them later on.
At the end.
Okay. She's got them all like.
Is that her arcana? Does she discover her inner anger, and that's how she gets her teeth?
Yeah. Maybe she would kill Sonya. That's why she wanted to kill the chosen one so she can get her teeth, full grown teeth. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of that arcana shit, because my friend came over when I was watching it, and he was telling me that because we're watching the beginning part, and when Sub-Zero has Scorpion's family in the hut, and he's like asking where's Hanzo and all that shit. He looks down at his hand and he gets like his hand starts freezing up, but it gets like all bloody and shit from doing it. Is that where he first learns that he has that little bit? Was that
I was kind of
his arcana, whatever the fuck it is? Because then later on, when he sees Shang Tsung, he's like, "I'm not Han anymore. I am now Sub-Zero." And it's like,
well, even still, he waited like 100 years to
500 years.
500 years, right?
So it went from an Asian name to a to an American.
Yeah, right. He says it in English. He doesn't. I'm pretty sure there's a fucking word for Sub-Zero and.
Maybe that's what he thought. He was like,
speaking, but...
I used to be Bihan, but no one's ever going to be able to pronounce that. Let's just make that easy on everyone. I'm going to have to introduce myself to a lot of white people in the next few days. So,
Bihan, what? Sub-Zero. Oh, okay.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I'll take you serious now.
Did they both remove their mask before they said their American name? Sub-Zero and Scorpion?
No, I don't think Sub-Zero was still wearing his, the whole time.
Oh, okay. I thought he took his off and said his name too and then put it back on.
No, he was just like, it's just Dan now.
Scorpion did that just to be like, this is me. This is me. He has to keep his mask on because that's what Scorpion looks like. If you take your mask off, I'm pissed off, you know.
Right.
You can't breathe without it.
Well, see, that's like another like two things about Scorpion. One, he has white eyes. His eyes are just completely whited out. He doesn't have eyeballs, or he doesn't have irises
pupils and shit.
Pupils.
Yeah.
In this one, he does. They're just like yellowish. And then also in the game, he has to take off his whole face because he's theoretically just a skeleton wearing skin. Or whatever the hell, I don't know
exactly what they did in this one. Like
how his face kind of turns into a skull while he's blowing.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, because he did that in the original one, and I don't know how well that holds up.
It looked corny as shit in the first one.
Yeah.
He looked like something that they got at Spirit in the first one.
The second one, they all looked like they got their shit from Spirit. Actually.
Yeah.
Can't help but talk about that one, huh?
Terrible in that movie.
Baraka, yeah.
All three of them look fucking bad. Like they were just like, let's do three. Like, nah, we should just do one. You've seen that mask? We need to do one. No, let's do three. Fuck. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So after all this, are you guys gonna watch part 2?
No, yeah, well, of course I have to, but it's because of obligation. So do I want to? No, but will I? Absolutely.
Yeah.
If it comes out on HBO Max, I will. I don't know if I'll pay ticket prices to see it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Space Jam. Like I'm gonna see it on HBO Max. I ain't gonna see it.
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch that on HBO Max. That one looks.
If I got nothing else to do,
I'm gonna watch it.
He didn't say HBO Max. He might be. You can watch it in theaters, aren't you?
I'm gonna watch it. Period. I'm gonna watch it,
especially if there's a return character.
Okay.
Space Jam?
Oh no, I thought you were still talking about Mortal Kombat.
Oh no, I don't care who's coming back.
Yeah, right. I think there's dumb. I just don't think that they just don't try to one up themselves. I'll say this.
I hope they do.
Was it?
Yes, I hope they do try to do better.
I was about to say, I think you want them to one up.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie, but there's some room. There's a lot of room for improvement. So hopefully they keep what works and then figure out, okay, this didn't work. Let's try to make it better. So
how have the reviews been for this movie?
You what?
Like just in general.
Wait, what was it again?
How have the reviews been for this movie? Like, has it been getting bad reviews?
It's been
yeah, I think it's like mixed. I think
mixed,
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a good review. I don't know how much that counts.
You know what's crazy? A lot of younger people hate it, and the older people like it. That's what I realized.
Crazy because you'd expect it's usually the trend that it's the ones that are more familiar with whatever the source material is.
Right.
They just can't be satisfied regardless, and you expect them always to be like, this is not good enough.
Star Wars fans.
Yeah. Like it didn't a lot of younger people like the episode 1 and beyond bullshit, and then like old people are like, oh, this isn't like my Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think it would be the other way around, that younger kids would like it and the older people would hate it.
Mhm.
So that's interesting.
Did
I think
DeMarcus
what's
watch
happened
it, Tasha?
is.
Oh, sorry, Matthew. I was just gonna ask.
No,
Tasha,
yeah.
As
Go
real quick, did DeMarcus watch it, Tasha?
No, we're watching it this weekend because he's coming over. I'm getting him for Mother's Day, so we're gonna watch it this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
but like my son, I watched it with my son. I watched it with Isaiah. He talked me through it. Like, oh, he's telling me who this guy is, but he never said if he liked it or hated it. We just kind of watched it and left it at that. I didn't want to ask him. So I don't know. But other people that I know, like I want to say like 20 something younger, is like, this shit was terrible when it started. I was like, oh, like
wow, really?
Yeah, real life. Like,
it had me interested when it started.
Yeah, I was. It went by a little bit too fast, but I liked it. It was.
I preferred that.
I prefer fast too.
Yeah.
It wasn't fast enough for me. I fell asleep the first time I watched it.
Get the wine out of the
You were high also, though. So was I.
Well, I watched a lot of movies high, dude. I don't fall asleep during them.
Sorry, I can't help it. That's like Joshua. That's what she said. I'm always pausing stuff.
Out of the gutter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's say at HBO Max they have Mortal Kombat Conquest on there.
Oh no, they actually are showing that somewhere in the world.
Yeah, they actually have.
That's really fucking bad.
That was like early 2000s, right? Like the show they tried to make.
It was like a show they tried to make during like when they were making Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like was that?
Yeah, it might have been like 97, 98, 99.
Yeah, and it's about the great Kung Lao. It's supposed to be like a prequel to like the Mortal Kombat series, and obviously, yeah, it only had one season. And I saw like a couple of parts, and I was like, nope, I'm turning.
Yeah, that's how I did it too.
It's almost as good as Street Fighter 2, the animated series. I promised Chris I would mention 3 or 4 times in this podcast, so I'm 2 for that many right now.
Oh my god!
Yes.
This is delicious. I only laughed because you guys showed me that. I was like, this is stupid, but it's hella funny because you talk.
I had a little trouble packing my bags.
Yeah, dude, there's so many great lines from that show, dude.
And it's all in like the first 3 episodes. That's all you gotta watch. It's like a treasure trove of corny lines.
They actually
my prediction is they're gonna make a great Street Fighter movie.
Right.
Because everybody hates everything they've done so far.
I think that's what I'm thinking too, because if I'm in charge, I have the rest of the Street Fighter shit, and I just now watch this movie come out, I'm like, oh damn, that's the competition, huh?
Yeah, that's the bar. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Hurdle myself
I can work with
that. I'll see Mortal Kombat 2 before I see a Street Fighter movie because they've done
what
2
if they
Street
do
Fighter
it
movies.
good though?
Huh?
What if they do it good?
I think they'll do it.
I'll admit I was wrong. I'll admit I was wrong if they do it good, but I really don't see that. See, at least Mortal Kombat, they had 2 decent films and 1 bad one. Street Fighter had 2 bad films. Yeah, and I don't. We'll see.
You're calling this one a decent one, dude. You're calling this one a
decent one. I liked it. All right. Yeah.
What character does everybody want to see in the next one?
Johnny Cage.
Well, yeah, but what do you not know is going to be in the next one that you're hoping they'll show? Is there anyone for you guys?
The guy with the eye.
Wolf and Katana.
Wait, the eye.
Kano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got that.
What if they get the thing?
Explosions. I think he might come back. I think they might put him be like a cyborg.
I mean, if they happen to bring Melina back, that'd probably be cool. Other than that,
yeah.
Well, good for you. They're probably gonna have Katana, which is Melina's twin. So.
Oh right, yeah. So they need to have Katana.
Yeah, I want Baraka. Better design. Not a costume from the Spirit Store. I want Baraka to show up. Right. Looking better than he did in Annihilation.
Yeah. So do you think Goro's daughter will be in this one? Didn't he have he had a daughter, right?
I don't even know if that's the relation. It might be.
Oh, that wasn't his daughter?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Shit, did they say that?
Oh, you're talking about Shiva?
Right
yeah. his sister or something, or she's
Oh,
related.
it's a sister.
Yeah, they might bring Kintaro back. He's another person that's related to him. But the way that they did in the film, how they like made Sub-Zero disappear and they made Goro disappear, they focused on like he was gonna take him back. And Mortal Kombat's known for resurrecting people. Like in the game, they kill off Liu Kang just to bring him back as a zombie.
Yeah, dude, that whole thing is just fucking horrible.
Okay, so and then another problem I had with Goro is like they didn't present him as a person. It was like he's like a monster.
Right.
Like he was like Godzilla or like they just let him out of his cage and he starts. Yeah, but he was like he was damn near a person in the movie, right? In the other movie.
Well, even in the games, he's a prince, so you're supposed to expect.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And this or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and this he's just like a monster they just unleashed, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." It wasn't really. He didn't really have a personality.
Yeah, in the original one, he has at least a couple, like more than a few lines of dialogue when it's him, Kano, and Shang Tsung talking to each other. So they give him a little backstory in the original one, like I am Goro, Prince of whatever, General. Yeah, whatever. And in this one, he just comes out. Yeah. So should we finish up our final thoughts on Mortal Kombat? Like give it a rating, or thumbs up, down?
If that's simple, I give it thumbs down for sure. Yeah. Rating, I don't know how harsh I want to be, but harsh for sure. You know,
like I can go like about.
Can I get everyone's rating on
I give it a
Luke
thumbs
Cage?
up.
I give it a thumbs up.
I gave it right here.
I give it thumbs up because I didn't expect anything.
I want to see everyone's rating on Liu Kang's body composition in this. His physique. It was odd,
They're trying to
right?
mention this.
Jax looked like a normal jacked, wrestler kind of looking guy. Look back and look at Liu Kang's silhouette. It's very interesting.
Well, since you brought that up,
he does have a very interesting physique. I did think that when he was like flexing and stuff, was like
he was like
Well, I will say that somebody at my work brought this up to me. He said that he liked Liu Kang because this Liu Kang looked a lot more like Bruce Lee. I didn't think that until you said it.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, that's true. He does. He has that toned ass, just every
That's
muscle.
what I was about to say. If you look at Bruce Lee, like all of his body was muscles, so it made sense for Liu Kang to be like that instead of the smooth ass Liu Kang from the first one with the big ass head.
I look back at that. He was a big man. He was. I think Liu Kang for 95 would kick this Liu Kang's ass.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he had like a Triple H physique.
I don't know.
That wide ass chest was perfect.
But if you look at Bruce Lee, like he was like complete muscle. So there was not a the Liu Kang from 95 was like smooth in some parts. He was muscle, but he was like smooth and he had that gigantic fucking head.
It wasn't every muscle to the max. So Liu Kang on this one, like they're muscles that you didn't even know existed popping out on him.
the muscles on his muscles.
Got like a 10-pack and then like
the only thing I hated was his voice.
His voice. I didn't like how
I didn't like that.
He did have kind of feminine attributes though, like
Michael Jackson. He was like,
I wanted to say that. I got the same kind of shit.
Yeah, I told Josh, I was like, he looks like he could have played Mulan. Like he looks like,
like you wouldn't have to pretend to be a man. He just
Wow.
You can't say that anymore, Josh.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oops. All right, I'll edit that out. We want to be canceled. Anything.
Get canceled before we get started.
I know. You just said that one thing. Out of all the other stuff you said, just that one thing.
Well, bottom line, like I said, this one I like. Number 2 comes out. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not like, oh shit, it's coming out. It's the same thing as this one. Like when it comes out, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'd have to watch it with somebody, part 2, like I did the first one, because it's just enjoyable watching it with other people, especially if you're not really interested. So that's what I would do.
You don't give it shit
until that blood comes in. You're like, oh shit. Like, because people gave the original shit for being 2 PG-13 films, and it seems like their main focus on like, all right, let's get that R-rated. And what about the other things? Well, don't worry about it. Let's focus on the fans that already know.
I didn't expect to see any blood. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. The way it was filmed was like some Disney shit.
I expected it to be as brutal as it was, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's why the older generations are liking it more, because they remember the first 2 and going like, why isn't there any blood in these? Like that's what Mortal Kombat's known for, is the blood. So then this one has all the blood. So they're like, oh, I like this one because it's got blood. And everyone else is like, Didn't the old ones have blood? It's like, no.
No.
Two
Why
fucking Mortal
there's
Kombat
not-
movies
there's
with
not
no
a blood
blood.
They have like, what's it called? Like they chop up Scorpion. Sub-Zero freezes to death somehow when Liu Kang has that little bucket and throws it in him. And I don't know. We talked about the other day. We're like, that's not even a fucking special move in the original.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the game.
Was it gearing up to do like, and he's got the fucking shields coming
He's
out
got
of
like
and stuff?
an orb coming off of him. He's making
Yeah.
it bigger. He's got his hands in a peculiar position.
Like degeneration.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Staring Liu Kang in the
Very
eye.
suggestive pose.
Does anybody remember the kiss of death Sonya does in Annihilation?
No, I vaguely remember that happens, but no.
I wouldn't recommend watching it. Yeah, like if I had to say the list, it would probably be like as far as like favorite to I don't care, be like this one, Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, and then Annihilation. No, fuck it, take that Annihilation out. Scorpion's
Just the
Revenge
two.
was actually up there. What's that?
So just the two
And
Mortal
then
Kombat
Scorpion's
movies.
Revenge. Scorpion's Revenge would be on the top,
Yeah,
and then
that makes sense.
this one, and then the
That's
95.
what a lot of people say. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, dude, that's more like I'd say that has the better balance between gore and like character development or story.
So wait,
Storytelling.
so
Yeah,
when you say animation, you mean like cartoon or like
It's
like what kind of
Like
animation?
I think like an anime.
Sort of
right?
like
Isn't
anime.
Yeah,
it?
it's like
Yeah.
anime cartoon.
yeah,
Like you ever
I'm
see
not big
Attack
on
Titan
anime,
or
but this one was cool.
similar to that one.
Yeah,
And it's a movie, not a TV show.
Yeah, hour.
Right, yeah.
No,
It's a
Yeah.
movie. Oh, okay.
yeah, hour 10, 20 minutes, and I think I like how they do the Scorpion and Sub-Zero thing right,
Mhm.
to where it's Quan Chi who says some fucked up
Okay,
shit
yeah,
about his family. I was like, damn, is that necessary?
yeah.
Yeah.
So is it a rated R cartoon? It's
Mhm.
rated R.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it is.
So you can do a whole lot
It's not-
more with the
I
cartoon.
think it's rated X.
Yeah.
Well, they
Hell of
do
fucking violence.
that.
He
like
said
that
rated
scene-
X.
That first scene that you see in the new one, they do that, and it's like a little bit longer. Like you don't just hear the people dying outside. Like it shows Scorpion, and it shows like his whole clan get killed, and then it shows Scorpion for like 5 minutes kill like hella people, like chopping their heads
Yeah.
off, blood squirting from
Yeah,
their
A little
heads,
rampage
slicing
and shit.
people up.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's
comes
all
to-
like.
It comes to a point where all the people, the henchmen, the Lin Kuei are seeing their partners getting killed, and they just have this look on the face saying, fuck that.
Yeah, like
they
they're getting
start
scared of shit.
They finally got some smart henchmen like, fuck it. If he's whooping all our asses, what the fuck are we three gonna do? We just kill like 10 people.
Yeah, I think like don't
They
two of them try to
were
like
smart.
run or some shit. Like
Mhm.
I think like two of them try to like leave, don't they? Like fuck this.
Three of them were trying to
Like,
leave,
just,
and
like
he's
fuck it out.
like, fuck that.
Yeah, he don't let him. Like he fucking catches
Nah.
him. And fucks him
He's
up.
like chopping up their head into pieces, cutting off their limbs. Like they're showing the X-ray from the new games.
Oh yeah.
Of, like breaking their
Yeah.
bones.
Their bones cracking and shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's brutal. It's and it's messed up what he does to his kid. I was like, damn, they would never do that shit in live action one.
In an actual movie, no.
Yeah.
What do they do? How do they kill it?
Well, I'll go ahead. I mean, if you want to do it.
I mean, you want to say it, Matthew, or do you remember?
You guys don't
I
even want
don't-
to say it?
Exactly. No. Well, I mean, no. I was gonna it wasn't like that bad. I just didn't want to interrupt. Sub-Zero's got like Scorpion's kid, like he's like holding him right here, and then Scorpion's like, "Don't do it," and then he's like, "Take me instead," and then Sub-Zero freezes Scorpion, and then right in front of him just says, "Fuck it," just kills his son, like stabs him through
Like
the head.
freezes his head and
Oh,
snaps it
shit.
up. Like you don't see it, but he like I mean, you see a little
Drops
bit of
it
it.
right
They
in front of
showed
him.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
then goes to Scorpion, and just he's like, "Yeah, fuck you too," and then
Yeah,
kills
he
him.
has a little spike thing puts it through his mouth and like fuck.
Yeah. It's like you wanted to enjoy that shit, dude. You didn't just like you weren't just eliminating him. You were fucking like,
I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
no,
and that's supposed to be spoiler alert, Quan Chi. You know,
well, if you, I mean, hell yeah. If you don't know what the story behind it,
Yeah.
which I'm thinking
Right.
we might be ruining shit for the second movie because they're probably going to reveal something like that about.
yeah,
Okay, if they do, just like you were saying, it would be a problem because we've seen that the Quan Chi amulet is held by Liu Kang. But right as I said that, isn't there actually a storyline where there's like a fake one or some shit like that in Mortal Kombat 4? He's probably got the fake one, right?
I think so. Yeah, some shit. Like that.
yeah, something like that. It's yeah. Isn't it supposed to be in what's it called? I thought Outworld was supposed to have it. I thought they're the ones supposed to be in charge of it.
I don't know. I don't know where
Yeah.
the fuck it actually came from. I just remember in Mortal Kombat 4, that's where they announced it. And like, I think Shinnok, who's supposed to basically be like the devil, he's like the ruler of NetherRealm, which I'm assuming is supposed to be like the devil.
Oh, I didn't.
And
Shinnok
then,
was, or
I think
Yeah.
Shinnok, and then Quan Chi's like his right hand man, but then Quan Chi
Okay.
kills him. Spoiler alert: Quan Chi kills Shinnok.
These damn late spoiler alerts.
Well, we already announced spoiler alert when we got to the spoiler alerts of this
I
movie.
didn't like saying
So
it just to fuck with people.
Well, this is all video game shit. I mean, you can find this on YouTube. I mean, this is just shit that's happened in the past games. Obviously, these movies don't give a fuck about what happens in the game. So
anyway, right?
anything
Yeah,
can happen.
Did you ever see the Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins? It was like a little animated short that came
Heard it.
out
Oh,
before
yeah.
the movie came out. Yeah.
Is that the one that we were looking
No,
for?
no,
Anything
that-
similar to Street Fighter 2? And
Yeah,
there was
that
a
came
cartoon?
out at the same time as Street Fighter 2, the animated
Okay.
series. There you
No,
go.
that was animated series.
Third
It was from
plug-in.
Defenders or some shit. Yeah.
No, but it was before this movie.
The Journey Begins was before the 95 film.
Oh, so okay, it might have been the same cartoon. Yeah, okay, yeah, it might have
No,
been.
it was different because this one was actually took itself serious. The cartoons,
Okay.
the fucker, yeah. Like if you watch all those shows like Street Fighter 2 or Mario Brothers, Sonic, like they
Yeah.
really were just being jokeful with the source material or whatever of the shows.
Yeah.
I think they could have made a legit like cartoon show or even movie of like Zelda, Mega Man, maybe Mario Brothers. I'm not too sure.
You saying you think they could? Or they had?
I'm talking about like try to make it like not too serious but not too dumb at the same time. Like have a good
Okay,
balance
yeah.
between,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, the
I tried
cartoony
to-
source material works better for that. The sillier, right, like geared toward children games versus
Yeah.
the really violent ones. You feel like you have to be serious with something like that. That's why these Mortal Kombat movies, they can't really not take themselves seriously.
Well, nah, I don't think you can. I mean, they have to win. I always thought it was weird. I might have said this earlier, but you have to win 10 straight up tournaments.
Right.
And it's like, therefore, I was like, all right, man, we really fucking up. We got to pull our shit together in the ninth for the final tournament. That's when we got to pull our shit together. Yeah.
I tried to look up to see if they were making another Street Fighter, and I found the old one, and Rotten Tomatoes is 13% on
13?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god.
My argument there.
Yeah.
But it's not a Street Fighter, the Legend of Chun-Li movie.
Yeah. Less than, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
That was worse.
I
heard
haven't,
that
seen
was
that. I haven't seen either of those Street Fighter movies.
Yeah, what's the first one called? Was it just called Street Fighter?
It's called
I think it's just called Street Fighter with Van Damme.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, after it came out, people were saying it's one of those so bad it's good movies.
Yeah.
So it kind of has like a sort of cult following. I think it's just so bad it's bad. I don't think I'm
It's just bad.
No, that's
Yeah.
another thing where the cartoon movie was better than the actual movie.
It was, yeah.
Right. That was a good
Yeah, they
cartoon
came out
movie.
back
That
then.
shit was fun.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to say?
I actually like if I could go through my whole list real quick because I
Yeah,
ended
these are
up
long
I
lists.
did make a list because I didn't want to be caught off guard with the things I didn't like. It's like
Oh my god.
Another half an hour.
So-
This is-
Sub-Zero
shit.
saying I am no longer Bi-Han, I am now Sub-Zero.
It's just
I
Talking
don't
yeah,
about that, didn't we?
Jax fighting Rico, man, your breast stinks. Another thing.
yeah, he
The
said
wife
that.
getting involved in the Goro fight. Dad used I mentioned some of these.
Pissed me
Melina
off.
hisses. Why does Melina hiss? What the
Right,
fuck
she's
is
not a
she?
reptile, she's a Tarkatan.
Yeah,
They
but when she
don't
tackles him,
hiss.
she's like,
I mean,
it's like, what the
can
fuck
she
did that
hiss?
come
What's wrong
from?
with that? She has teeth like she can hiss, so why can't she hiss? I mean,
Okay, here's another thing. When Melina doesn't kill Sonya, and then Kano's like, "Oh, you're still good enough for me, doll," and then he starts like fucking with her. He like throws her off the edge, and then instead of just killing her with his laser eye, because that's clearly what he wants to do is kill her. He's like, "Let me knock this big ass stone sculpture down on her and just assume everything goes according to plan." I'm not gonna go through all of it because it's a bunch of stupid shit. But
They
yeah,
had to do that so Jackson get his slightly bigger arms.
Yeah.
but it's like,
He had to work out his power.
So
Do we talk
everybody
about-
liked the movie.
loved the movie. Great.
I
movie.
really enjoyed it. I'm actually looking forward to seeing part 2. Like I said, it's not a flawless movie. It's not a flawless victory movie.
Yeah.
but-
Far from it, dude. Far from
It's
it.
a brutality of
You can't talk about like Hitler or something and say, all right, he wasn't the best guy on earth, all right?
He wasn't a saint. All right.
Like,
Damn.
I know I fucked up, but wait, let me.
That's all right.
Well, one more thing we didn't get to Sub-Zero was corny as fuck, right? I mean, did you remember all the
We
parts?
kind of touched on that.
Well, okay, but every time, like right in the beginning, when he first comes to kill the family, there's like 3 times where he's already looking at them all sinister like, and then he like looks away with no real purpose of looking away, just so he can go like, and kind of look at him again. And he does it like 5 times.
Look back.
What do we say? Why are you looking at the camera? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like you're already looking at him. Just look at him.
Yeah,
I didn't notice. I didn't really notice it. It was just a lot of shit
hell out
going
of
on.
me, man. I couldn't focus on anything else because of that.
right out of the gate when I'm watching it with him, like this is the shit he points
Yeah.
out in the very first fucking scene.
Oh, okay, so what I didn't, another scene that kind of pissed me off, it was like because it happened for no reason. Sub-Zero made it snow. Like, why are you making it snow?
Yeah.
And once Cole just staring at his daughter outside as the snow is turning into some other shit, he's just looking outside like, what's going on? It's your daughter. Go outside. What the fuck? Move, motherfucker. What are you doing?
And while we're touching on, when Sub-Zero takes his wife and kid, and then he comes back after everyone fought their person, and then they need to all gang up on Sub-Zero, he comes back and has like his daughter's bracelet. And he like crumples it up in front of him, and then they go and they have the big old fight scene, and his daughter's there, and his daughter and wife are still alive. Like, you killed Scorpion's family like right the fuck away.
Mhm.
Right,
Why didn't you kill this
instantly.
guy's family and then kill him?
Right.
Like, no, I'm gonna let them live a little longer and assume that everything goes according to plan. What's wrong with that?
Well,
Like,
that goes
fucking-
back. That goes back to Melina. They weren't worth it, right?
Right?
Yeah, right. But he wanted to end that Scorpion's bloodline. I mean, his daughter's part of that bloodline, isn't she?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe the daughter's gonna be a character.
Probably. I'm not doubting that.
Yeah.
Got to get all the kids,
They
Did
can change
they-
it to Katana.
Did they mention that was his daughter before, like in the beginning of the movie?
I didn't
Or
know
we
who
were
the
just to
fuck she was
assume.
at first.
Me
I
neither.
didn't. When she's sitting in the locker room, I was like, is this his sister? Who the fuck?
I thought it was
is
a
this?
sister, yeah.
I don't think
I
she's
gotta
in
tell
the
him. I
dude's
gotta
locker
tell
room.
him.
I know.
Huh?
Shoot.
What, Josh?
I mean, you say like you thought that was his.
I didn't know who the little girl was to him. So when
Yeah.
they're sitting outside of that place and then the woman comes up and she said, what did she say? She said, "Hey, mom," to her.
Mhm.
And I was
Mhm.
like, well, maybe
Yeah.
that's his little sister. And Josh was like, but he just kissed the woman.
Yeah, they like you had that and then
You're
start
right.
making out.
I was like, there's no way that's his daughter. He looks like too young to have that daughter. So
It
I
looked
was
like
oh,
his
that's his
sister.
little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the sister, she said mommy, and you just kissed her.
Well,
That's
Keanu
insane.
Reeves is like 50 years old, so.